The brave little sparrow. Once upon a time in a cozy little forest, there lived a small sparrow named Spike. Spike was no ordinary sparrow. He had big dreams of becoming a hero. Every day he would watch the bigger birds soar high in the sky, saving the day with their strong wings and sharp beaks. Spike wished he could be just like them. But his tiny wings and small size made him feel like he could never be a hero. Despite his size, Spike had a big heart and an even bigger imagination. He loved to tell stories to his friends about his dreams of saving the forest from all sorts of dangers. His friends, the other birds, would listen and laugh, thinking Spike's stories were just that, stories. One sunny morning, Spike was perched on his favorite branch, daydreaming about his next heroic adventure. He imagined himself flying through a storm, rescuing his bird friends from danger, and everyone cheering for him. Little did he know, his dream was about to become a reality. As the day went on, the sky began to change. Dark clouds rolled in, and the wind started to howl through the trees. The other birds sensed the approaching storm and began to panic. The wise old owl, Oliver, who lived in the tallest tree, hooted a warning to everyone. "Gather close, my friends," Oliver called out. "A fierce storm is coming. We must find shelter and stay safe." The birds flapped their wings and chirped nervously, unsure of what to do. Spike's heart pounded in his tiny chest. This was his chance to be a hero, but he felt so small and scared. He took a deep breath and decided to try anyway. Spike flew up to Oliver's branch and said, "Oliver, what can I do to help?" Oliver looked down at the brave little sparrow and gave him a kind smile. "Spike, you have a courageous heart. We need to gather all the birds and lead them to the big hollow tree. It's the safest place in the forest." Spike nodded and fluttered off, determined to gather his friends. He flew from tree to tree, chirping loudly, "Follow me. We need to get to the big hollow tree to stay safe." The birds were hesitant at first, but Spike's enthusiasm was contagious. They began to follow him, trusting that he would lead them to safety. Spike's best friend, a cheeky bluebird named Blue, flew up beside him. "Are you sure about this, Spike?" Blue asked, her eyes wide with worry. "I've never been more sure, Blue," Spike replied, his voice trembling a little. "We can do this together." As they flew, the wind grew stronger, and the rain started to pour. Spike's feathers were soaked, but he didn't give up. He led the birds through the storm, dodging branches and gusts of wind. At one point, a particularly strong gust knocked Spike off course, but Blue quickly swooped in and helped him back on track. "Thanks, Blue," Spike chirped, shaking off the rain. "No problem, Spike. We've got this," Blue replied with a grin. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the big hollow tree. The birds hurried inside, grateful for the shelter. Spike and Blue were the last to enter, making sure everyone else was safe first. Inside the tree, the birds huddled together, shivering and scared. Spike, despite being exhausted, knew he had to keep their spirits up. "Hey everyone," Spike called out. "Did you hear the one about the sparrow who saved the day?" The birds turned to look at him, curious despite the storm raging outside. Spike puffed out his chest and began to tell a funny story about a sparrow who outsmarted a sneaky fox. His friends laughed, momentarily forgetting their fear. Even Oliver, the wise old owl, chuckled at Spike's antics. As the storm raged on, Spike continued to entertain his friends with stories and jokes. He told them about his dream of becoming a hero, and how he never thought it would actually happen. The birds listened, feeling inspired by Spike's bravery and determination. Hours passed, and the storm finally began to subside. The wind calmed, and the rain slowed to a gentle drizzle. The birds peeked out of the hollow tree, relieved to see the worst was over. Oliver fluttered over to Spike, his wise eyes twinkling. "Spike, you truly are a hero. You saved us all with your courage and kindness." Spike blushed, feeling proud and a little embarrassed. "I just did what I could, Oliver. We all helped each other." The other birds chirped in agreement, thanking Spike and Blue for their bravery. Spike realized that being a hero wasn't about being the biggest or the strongest. It was about having a big heart and being there for your friends when they needed you the most. From that day on, Spike was known as the brave little sparrow. He continued to tell stories and make his friends laugh, but now he had his own heroic tale to share. And whenever a storm approached, the birds knew they could count on Spike to lead them to safety. Spike had finally become the hero he always dreamed of being. And he did it by being himself, brave, kind, and full of heart. And so the forest was a happier, safer place. Thanks to the courage of one small sparrow with a big dream. The end.